Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So today you're going to be working on your sight words come and does, and you're going to do the same activity where you trace it, you build it, you say it, and then you write it in a sentence. Then you're also going to be doing measurement again. And today you're going to get to watch a fun video with these two monkeys, and they're measuring things to see which one's longer and which one's shorter. And then your activity will be the same. You're going to put the pictures in order from shortest to longest. Then for your writing today, you're going to write about fish, and you're going to watch a video about things that fish eat, things that fish have, things that fish do, and then that's going to help you with the writing portion. And then for science, you're going to label a fish. So you'll label the different parts of the fish. Now, today I have a fun book for us called Commotion in the Ocean. Now, what do you think the word commotion means? If I say the fish were making a huge commotion, what do you think that might mean? Might mean that they're moving around a lot, they're making noise. So there's some sort of trouble that's happening in the ocean to cause a commotion for the animals that live there, and we're going to find out what that commotion might be. Ooh, we've got some bubbles on the page. Commotion in the ocean. This is an old diver's helmet. There's a curious commotion at the bottom of the ocean. I think we ought to go and take a look. You'll find every sort of creature that lives beneath the sea swimming through the pages of this book. There are dolphins, whales, and penguins. There are jellyfish and sharks. There's the turtle and the big white polar bear. But can you see behind the wrecks and in between the rocks? Let's take a look and find who's hiding there. Ooh, I see lots of different animals in the ocean. Crab. The crab likes walking sideways, and I think the reason why is to make himself look sneaky and pretend that he's a spy. Turtles. We crawl up the beach from the water to bury our eggs on dry land. We lay a whole batch, and then when they hatch, they scamper about in the sand. Dolphins. The wonderful thing about dolphins is hearing them trying to speak. It's not how do you do, as I'd say to you. It's more of a click, whistle, squeak. So they have their own way of communicating with each other. Angelfish. Hello, I'm the angelfish darling, the prettiest thing in the sea. What a shame there are no other creatures as gorgeous and lovely as me. Jellyfish. The jellyfish just loves to jiggle, which other fish think is quite dumb. She knows that it's not all that useful, but jiggling's lots of good fun. Shark. I swim with a grin up to greet you. See how my jaws open wide? Why don't you come a bit closer? Please take a good look inside, and look, the little starfish are saying, yikes. Ooh, a swordfish. I love to chase after small fishes. It keeps me from getting too bored. And then when I start feeling hungry, I skewer a few on my sword. Octopus. Having 8 arms can be useful. You may think it looks a bit funny, but it helps me to hold all my children and tickle each one on the tummy. Stingray. At the bottom of the ocean, the stingray flaps his wings, but don't you get too close to him. His tail really stings. Lobster. Never shake hands with a lobster. It isn't a wise thing to do. With a clippity clap and a snippity snap, he would snip all your fingers in two. Ooh, that would not feel good. Deep sea. So this is way at the bottom of the ocean where it's dark because the sun can't get down there. It's so far down. Miles below the surface, where the water's dark and deep, live the most amazing creatures that you could ever meet. There are fish of all descriptions, of every shape and size. Some have giant pointy teeth and great big bulging eyes. Some of them can walk around and balance on their fins, But the strangest fish of all have glowing whiskers on their chins. So these animals learn how to adapt down in the bottom of the ocean, and they're born with special things on their bodies that can light up and glow and are like bioluminescent, which means like it can glow in the dark. Blue whale. There's no other beast on the planet as big as the giant blue whale. He measures a massive 100 feet long from his head to the tip of his tail. Then over here it says, we're just a bunch of barnacles and all we do is cling. We know it's not that glamorous, but it's our favorite thing. So these are animals too, and they sometimes live on the underside of a whale. Walruses. Our bodies are covered with blubber. Ooh, do we remember about blubber when we did our experiment back when we talked about Arctic animals? Remember we had a bucket full of ice and some food, what do you call it? Now I can't think of the name. Some Crisco, which is like animal fat. We had it in Ziploc bags. And what happened when we put our hand in the ice? Did it feel warm or did it feel cold? Felt cold, right? But then when we put our hand where the blubber was, the pretend blubber, it didn't feel as cold. And so that's what those animals have in their skin to help them live in the cold water. Our bodies are covered with blubber and our tusks are incredibly long. We're grumpy and proud and we bellow out loud to show that we're mighty and strong. Ooh, penguins. We waddle around on our icebergs, which makes our feet slither and slide. And when we get close to the water, we leap with a splash off the side. Polar bears. Deep out in the Arctic, the mommy polar bear snuggles up with all her children since it's very cold out there. What a lot of creatures we have seen beneath the sea. What a lot of funny things they do. Some of them might lick their lips and eat you in one bite, and some might want to swim around with you. The dolphin's very friendly and the lobster's very fierce, but the shark is the most dangerous by far. Can you name the other friends we've made along the way? See if you can tell me who they are. So, what other animals did we see in the story? We saw octopus, we saw polar bears, walruses, penguins, angelfish, all kinds of sea creatures that live in the ocean. So today, like I said, you're going to be doing some activities that have to do with fish, and you are going to get to do your writing on fish today and labeling a fish. And I can't wait to read your stories. You guys have been doing a really good job with your writing. Remember, you guys be sounding those words out. Don't let mom or dad or brother or sister tell you just how to spell it, because that's not going to help you be a better writer, is it? If you try to sound those words out yourself, even if you don't hear all the sounds, that's okay. You write down the sounds that you do hear, and then that's going to help you, especially when you go into first grade, if you already know how to do that on your own. All right, guys, that's all I have for this morning, and I will see you later for our 11:30 Zoom. Bye, guys.